Okay, so the stream should be live, hopefully. Okay, it's also showing up on the YouTube, so that's good news. And I guess we can start doing what we're supposed to be doing. Let me just check my phone because it was vibrating for no good reason. Maybe I should set it to do not disturb. That's gonna be a little bit better, just so we don't get any unintended interruptions during today's stream. And as you could see from the stream name, we are making a T-Rex in a tuxedo. So I think we should start making it from giant biped reptile template. Oh, so it's also mentioned here. Okay, definitely from this one. And we're gonna put it into projects, and let's name on our folder. Oh my god. Tuxedosaurus Rex. Rex, okay. And let's save. And let's see, actually I haven't been working with this template yet, so we'll see how that goes. And I guess I can just show a couple of reference images that I'm using. Basically, I just googled T-Rex in a tuxedo, and apparently there are already quite some images that that you can find. So I guess we'll be using these for our reference points. And then also I have done a quick search here on the Sandbox marketplace, where we actually have this desert T-Rex and then a couple more T-Rex assets, but all of these look like more realistic or something like that, while our asset is gonna be more of like a meme or like a funny asset. So I guess let's get started now with our model. So basically we need to first make it look like a T-Rex, and then we can draw some stuff onto it. So I guess in that case I'm also gonna, okay, so we have a couple of animations. I'm also gonna Google like a T-Rex, because it's been a while since I have been a kid and like into dinosaurs and stuff, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't have like this pointy thingy at the back, but yeah. So, and also let's see, these are all like attached to the nodes. Wait. And also we can't really see them here. I guess we need to... Okay, so I guess we need to start from the hip, and then we'll be moving onwards. So, oh no. And also this annoying thing happens where we're gonna have to import all of our palettes, so that's gonna be fun. I guess we're gonna do it one part at a time, so let's go ahead, load palette, Vox edit, palettes, and then the extended one, right? Okay, so we kind of have kind of similar colors. And then also, I guess we can mirror across the x-axis, which is the red one. And now let's go ahead and delete this hump at the back like this, and then can probably get rid of that as well. So something like that, and then we can keep like an extended volume just in case we would want to add anything else later on. And I'm kind of annoyed that it doesn't highlight it here at the left, so in the skeleton window, but I guess we're gonna have to make it work somehow. So yeah, at least we have our like path already saved, so it saves us a couple of clicks every time we want to import the palette. And then let's go ahead and get rid of this part. Okay, let's save it. And then you can also see which parts already have the template imported, because they use like slightly different gray colors than the rest of the rig. So let's go to Thorax 2 and then load palette, standard one. Let's turn on the nice lines just so we can see a little bit better what's going on. And actually, fun fact, this one doesn't have its volume streamed. What's going on here? So, I mean, I guess there's probably gonna be some updated versions for this in the future, but until then, we can poke some fun, I guess. Okay, so now it already looks a lot more like a T-Rex, I guess. At least it doesn't have that back part. Maybe we should get rid of a little bit more actually, so let me just try. Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. So let's erase that part on the other links as well. So let's delete this here. Okay. And then also I think we should get rid of this top part, so something like that. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so now it's pretty flat. Let's see the idle animation. Sure. Oh, I have to close the marketplace link. Let me just undo that, and then let's maybe go ahead and just check if we type in Rex. We can maybe check this one out. Let's see if the idle animation, it kind of looks similar. It's swiping around a little bit with its tail, so let's check it out if that's also going on here. Yep. So I guess we can keep the animation, and then we can also try to make the whole model a little bit nicer, just so we aren't using the exact base template. So let's see, maybe we can make like the back a little bit larger, because most of these images that I'm seeing here on the internet, they have like much larger body than the arms, which here are not that small actually, to be honest. So I think I would like to make the body a little bit chunkier, just so we can make the proportions a little bit more appropriate, I guess. So maybe let's see here. Also, I think if we downscale it by 1, do we keep all the details? I think so. So maybe we can make it work a little bit easier with that. So let's see, can make it like so, and then a little bit thicker. And then maybe towards the middle, I don't know, maybe halfway, we can make it into something like this. We can make it a little bit wider, or just like some transition, I guess, could also work. Let's upscale it now, and then we can check it out. So I think we can get rid of this half step. So let me downscale, let me turn on the nice lines, just so we can see a little bit better what's going on. And then maybe let's push this a little bit to the right, just so we can have like this nice curve, which will hopefully show up once we upscale it back again. And we can also make the tail a little bit larger also, so that's what we're gonna do next after we are finished with this part. So here we have a little bit of Z fighting, which is kind of part of the template, so there's not really much we can do there unless we were to unlock it. And then for this one, well, this one we can't really downscale because it, well, I mean, who really cares? Or let me see which is the best way to kind of see how wide all of our stuff needs to be. So maybe we can do it like this. And one more. And then you can kind of see the ghost of the rig, so let's do it here as well. So this is also gonna be 4 voxel stall, just so it kind of connects nicely. And then I guess we can make it go all the way because it's gonna be easier to erase some of it in case somebody complains about the Z fighting here on this segment compared to like making additional details, or we could even just make it all slightly larger. Come on, let's see. Okay, it was working before, it was just glitching for some reason a little bit. So here our like next part of the body is slightly larger than the bottom part, just so we can perhaps avoid some of the Z fighting here. So let's quit this. Okay, and it also kind of makes the curvature of the body a little bit nicer. So let's move on to the next part. Now here, let's see, how do we wanna extend this now? So probably not all the way, because well, maybe the neck can still be a little bit thicker. Let me just check some of the images. Also the head is pretty large. Yeah, I guess we can, let's see. And also we would need to make it quite narrower, so maybe let's wait a moment here to see kind of how it goes. So we have 4 voxels there, and then let's see. And maybe let's extend this upwards by 4 voxels. And also perhaps we can make the neck first, and then we'll see kind of how this part connects with the neck. So let's just save this for now, and then we'll see what we want to do with the neck. And also it's a little bit annoying that we have kind of different color palettes, so maybe we can try to fix that as well. So this is the 4th one from the left. Let's see, we want to go to this node, then we want to fill in this color, and then these are gonna be just slightly brighter, and then this one is gonna be what, I guess something similar here. And then this for these under chins or whatever, I'm not sure, we'll see. Maybe we can just use a slightly brighter color here, and then well, this can all be the same color. Why not? Why make it complicated when it can be simpler? And then for the neck, we need to first, of course, import the palette, which I kind of forgot that we need to keep doing on at least a couple of more nodes. And then here you can see again that it's intersecting a little bit with the rest of the body, so we're gonna need to kind of keep it nice and tidy here. Let's make the neck a little bit thicker still, and I think that's about the thickness that I would like to go for. So you can see it's not really too big of a problem, unless we could it just kind of looks a little bit chunky compared to that, but it's not really that big of a problem. And then I think we would also need to remodel the head a little bit. Well, the head would need to be changed a bit more than the rest, so let's load a new palette like we have done before. And now let me go back to some of these T-Rex reference images. And first, I think we're gonna get rid of these hairs or whatever that's supposed to be. So, boom, boom. And then also, I think the whole front part of the head, well, front part of the head, the top part of the head actually. Let's see. First, I think we can fill that in, and let's see which of these parts are actual shadows and which are actual colors. I think that we can just kind of make it a unicolor, and then we're gonna first make the model out of it, and then we're gonna be figuring out how these parts should be colored. So maybe let's fill that in. And then even though the T-Rex, I guess you can try to make it a little bit more realistic, so those have like a more pointy nose or something like that. So maybe we can try going with something like that, and then it gets a little bit wider. And then also they kind of have like this rounded snout. Do dinosaurs have snouts or noses? I have no idea what dinosaurs are supposed to have, but yeah. Guess we can go with something like this. Okay. Then let's see. This is gonna be just kind of a curve from the side. So maybe we can make it slightly taller still, like that. And then what we want to do here from the back would be to kind of put it together into some kind of a shape like this. Maybe let's try to get rid of those. Maybe let's make this a little bit wider. We're gonna make a little bit nicer details later on, of course. And let's make this, I don't know, maybe 40 voxels tall, just so we have a little bit more room to work with. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can get an image from kind of the side. So, image in the new tab. So if you look at this one, I think that the nose, or like the front part, is slightly taller than where the eyes are, but it's also due to the head positioning and rotation. So that's gonna be a little bit tricky to do, but I think we can do it. So let me just kind of check it out from here, what it looks like from the side. So that's pretty round. I think I'd like to make a head a little bit taller also. That's the wrong key. Or the wrong icon to click. 2, 3, 4. So maybe that's our maximum head height. Then let's make this part that kind of connects with the neck. Maybe it can be even a little bit shorter, or I guess it would kind of make sense that it's taller. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then let's see. We kind of want to make it kind of like a sideline S curve. So let's try to make it here. It might be even easier to make it if we were to downscale it, but we might lose some of the details, or it might look a little bit weird once we upscale that back. So let's see. I guess all of these should be made a little bit taller, like that. I guess that looks kind of good, at least from the side. It looks kind of T-Rexy, if you ask me. So now we need to kind of figure out how we wanna do like the face that's getting a little bit wider, so we can leave some stuff in between. Then maybe we can try to replicate it here. Then it can get like 2 voxels wide. Then let's see if this can get, of course we need to change the tool, I think. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I guess this part can be like just 1 voxel wide. I'm not sure. And also I guess we can make it a little bit narrower. So that looks about right, at least considering the teeth. Then let's see, how do we wanna do this kind of a transition. So maybe we can have 4 voxels like for the transition here. So let's see, 3, 4, 4, then 4 again. Then if we were to make this slightly rounded, perhaps it does look a little bit too detailed. Maybe we should just keep it like extended outwards, and then maybe it just gets a little bit narrower towards the top. So let's see, how do we want to do that? So maybe let's get rid of a couple of these just at the top, and we'll see how that looks. And then we can kind of decide a little bit more easily. Yeah, I think it's good if we make some part like this, but we kind of need to figure out where the balance should be. So maybe 4, 4, then here. Something like that. because that could kind of work. And then the eyes should be roughly, I guess we can try to kind of, they don't really have like large eyes, maybe a little bit lower. Somewhere around there, I think. Let's check it out actually. It does look kind of funny, but hopefully we can make it look a little bit better. And also I think we should make the head a little bit more round at the top, or at least towards this back side. So maybe we can do something like this, or even make it a bit taller. And then also let's try to extend it a little bit further out. So, okay. So we have kind of that curve. And also I think that the snout part is actually a little bit too low. So let's raise it up a little bit, shall we? So let's turn on the nice lines, and then let's just add one voxel to all of these, just so we can make it slightly taller. And then also I'm not sure about these, what are these, cheeks or something like that. I think we should get rid of those as well. So get rid of you. And actually this is kind of where the jaws start, so we probably shouldn't get rid of these. Maybe we can make it even slightly bigger. Let me see. Something like that, just so we don't add too many unneeded faces. And also I think we can connect them at the bottom, because that shouldn't hurt our end result too much. So let's see kind of what we got right now. So sure, and then I think that for the bottom part of the jaw we should also make it a little bit thicker. So let's see where that is. So mouth, let's go ahead, load palette, the new one. Let's also do that. And then for the teeth, I guess we can kind of decide on the teeth color, so maybe something like this. We're probably gonna make them look a little bit differently, but we don't have to right now. And then let's maybe make this into 16. We can flip it back just like that. Then I think we had some kind of this gray color as the base for the top part of the head, and we can use it for the bottom as well. So let's see. Then we can do something like that, and then I guess we should kind of do it a little bit rounded here towards the end, just so it doesn't cut off like that. So maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then maybe this can go back by 4 voxels, just so our jaw kind of ties in nicely with the top part of the head. Okay. And then about the neck. Yeah, the neck looks pretty thick, so I'm kind of thinking of making it a little bit larger even. So let's get back to it. Let's turn on the nice lines, and then let's see if we make it go all the way, so it's slightly taller than the head. So let's see now, and then I think we should make the whole all of these also slightly thicker, so 2 voxels here, 2 voxels there, and then we're gonna need to do that on the rest of the like parts of the body. So let's do it here and there, and then let's also do it on the hip part, so just so it's not too little. So maybe by 1 on this one, because let's see, yeah, just so we don't have like too steep of a slope that's going towards the tail. Something like that. Let's see if we can, let's check out some other animations. Okay. So I quite like the head. I'm not too sure about the rest of the body parts, but yeah, we'll see. And then about the arms, I'm not really too sure. Maybe we can make the hands like really small, and that can help us out. So we can't really adjust the length, because otherwise stuff would be floating midair. But if we make the fingers smaller, that might help. So let's load the palette that we want to be using. And also let's turn on the nice lines. Then maybe we can use this color so we can see a little bit better. And then also, as far as I can see on these images, they usually have 2 fingers? No, this one has 3. Now that's odd. This one only has 2. What are we gonna go with, 2 or 3? I guess we can go with 3, but we're gonna make them like 2 voxels thick instead of more. So let's see from which side do we wanna narrow them down. So this one goes from the outer side, and also let's perhaps stop mirroring, just because, yeah, this isn't gonna be perfectly symmetric part. So let's see, we keep 1 voxel of space in between, like that. And then I think maybe we can push everything closer to the wrist. That's the I was kind of thinking of hand ankle, but I couldn't remember what it's called. I have now, so it's all good. So the wrist, we can push it a little bit inwards, so that's gonna make it look a little bit smaller, and then we can get rid of this part. Then also I think we can actually make it a little bit more symmetric. So let's do it like that. So the middle finger is actually the longest one. And then also let's reduce this, let's reduce that. Okay. And then maybe let's try to flash this out a little bit. So maybe there can be like some claws or something that we're gonna draw on. So I think we should maybe make them look something like this. Although that's pretty long right now. Let's get rid of those, and then maybe let's just make them, oh come on, that's the wrong side. Let's just make them slightly narrower, like that. And also let's see if this is still, well, it's not centered, so let's maybe adjust the pivot point to 8.5. So that's good. And I guess we can check it out what it looks like now. So it does look a little bit funny, but that's what the T-Rexes are for, right? So let's maybe check out the eat animation. The idle one, here it doesn't really move too much, so you can see a little bit better what's going on with our arms and stuff. So let's go back to the right. Oh no, should go to the right hand, right? So here, let's see, can we do something else? Maybe we can make this part a little bit smaller, just to kind of make it look like there's more claws to it. Also, I'm not sure if this helps anyhow. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what it would look like if we paint the claws in. So maybe something like this. Come on. I mean, why not? But just not too sure about it. Maybe we can get rid of some more faces by making it just like this. Yeah. Maybe this can help, and then maybe we can make them slightly shorter still. And kind of thinking of making them just the same length, like that. Oh, come on. I just want to paint you over. I don't want to get rid of you. So, and here on the inner side it's going to be a little bit more tricky to paint it in, but yeah, that's kind of something that we could go with. And even we could make it even shorter still. So maybe let's select everything and then drag it in by 2 voxels. Let's see what we got now. So these look like some tiny T-Rex arms. And maybe we can just make them a little bit thicker towards the end, like that. And I guess we can get rid of that just so this part is kind of sticking out a little bit. Then maybe let's just finish drawing on our claws. So here, then here, like that. And that's gonna be it for this part of the arm. Then I think I'm just gonna try to get rid of this left hand and then just duplicate this into it. So perhaps we can do the full right arm, as far as, I mean, we're just gonna add the new palettes, and we aren't really gonna be changing it much here because I'm kind of satisfied with what they look like now. But Yeah, I think that once that's done, we can just duplicate it onto the other side, and we can also have kind of a reference point, what it looked at the start, what it looked like at the start, and what it looks like now. When I'm trying to speak fast, I just tend to twist my tongue a little bit too much, so let's also load the palette here, so the extended one, then just choose this default gray that we're kind of using sometimes. Okay, and I think that now we could maybe start working on some of the tuxedo parts, just so we can kind of see what it looks like. So, and then we can perhaps, I'm not sure about the cigars or pipes, if that can be added. I mean, if the Sandbox is kind of against tobacco use and stuff like that, perhaps we can't really do that, but I think that the tuxedo should go kind of till half of the neck and then somewhere around here at the butt. Or let me just check some of the images. So I don't think I would wanna, yeah, probably somewhere right here, because the legs should be sticking out already. So let's see, let's go to the neck, let's turn on the nice lines so we can see a little bit better what's going on, and then I think we're just gonna pick this darkest gray that we have. Then also we aren't mirroring, let's start doing that. So maybe something like that. It can go a little bit higher if we wanted to, but I don't think that we do, at least for now. And let's see. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we can do like 3 here. And then I guess this is gonna be our base T-Rex color, just so we can distinguish where the T-Rex, where the tuxedo ends and where the T-Rex starts. And then it can also have like a little bit of a, I don't think it's called a turtleneck, but like the undershirt or like the t-shirt that it's wearing underneath the tuxedo. So maybe that can be another 4 voxels thick. And also while we're at 4 voxels, I think that we can just make all of these steps like 4 voxels. So 4 there, and then also 4 here, so extended by 2. Then let's make this white part go a little bit forwards as well, like that. It might be a little bit long, let me check it out. I think we're gonna be fine. It's just that some of these parts are like using this dark gray. Let me get rid of that perhaps. So I think this was our base. Let's fill that in, just so we can tell apart what is what. Okay, and then I think this whole part, the thorax 1 node, is gonna be more or less fully dark. Maybe we can paint like some of the buttons underneath, but for the start I think actually we have selected the wrong one. We have skipped 1 node to be honest, and let's maybe just do it like this, so we maybe leave a little bit of this brighter color underneath, but we'll see a little bit later what we want to do with that. Let's see, okay, we wanted to start with the thorax too, so maybe we start here just so we can, oh, the geometry is killing me a little bit. So here, then, come on. Okay, we got it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So I guess this is gonna be kind of the bottom part where we can perhaps add a detail or two. So it looks so funny. And then maybe the sleeves can go like to here. So let me just draw them in. Like that. And then the rest of the arm is gonna be like the dinosaur color, which we also kind of need to decide on. I mean, most of the reference images are kind of green or brown, but of course it's a video game, so we might make it some other color if we decide that would be more suitable. And also here you can kind of see already that we kind of need to start working on how this is gonna end, or like the long part can extend a little bit further, but the bottom part should finish up somewhere near the thighs. So let's go to the thorax one. Then let's see, this is our T-Rex color for now. Then can do something like that. Let's see, 4. Let's see what kind of so now I think we need to kind of figure out how it's gonna wrap around this bottom part. So let's turn on the nice lines so we can see a little bit better what's going on. And then let's do it like this. And then also let's wait, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's maybe make this 6 as well, and then we can make this 2, then 2, and then 2 again, just so we can have like some curvature for where the legs happen. And then how do we wanna finish that up? Now we could make like some, I mean, we could wrap it up here, or we could make like some extended parts going on backwards. But for that we would also have to unlock the template, which we can kind of try. I just hope I don't crash everything. So let me go into where? Mac assembly? Okay, so here we are in our projects folder. So let's go here, let's find our Tuxedosaurus, and then we need to find the VXR file, so it's here. And then let's edit it with Notepad++. We don't need an update. And then I think, should we get rid of this? I'm never quite sure. So at the end, doesn't look like it. So maybe if we get, come on, why it's selecting the rightmost part? Let's try to get rid of this. And we'll see if that works. So let's save. let's minimize that. Let's close that as well. Let's try to open our project. Okay, we have successfully unlocked it. I mean, it has also happened before that I have completely wrecked the file. That's why I was a little bit unsure what was gonna happen. So luckily we didn't break anything yet. So let's maybe try to continue this tuxedo pattern here as well, and then we'll see kind of where we go from here. So let's fill that in now with the mirror, just so we can do it kind of the same on the other side as well. And then let's drag this upwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we can do this all the way. Also, there's some part that isn't drawn in. And then I guess can fill that in. And then this maybe. Maybe let's fill it like that. And then I think we're gonna want to add some parts that are gonna be like the triangles that are gonna be flapping behind. So let's go back and save. Let's go to the run animation. How about the attack? So I think this is a little bit too long, to be honest. I think we should have I don't think we can just draw it in. We don't actually need to add new nodes. So maybe let's go back and save that. No, but I would like to undo my unlocking for now. So, oh mother of God. Let's try to undo it and then let's save again. And let's close. So let's see what happens now. Okay, now it's logged back again as we would like it to be. Okay, so now let's rethink these curves. So here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then let's try to do something similar here. So 2 more, then 4, something like that. And of course this should be, yeah, and also we should be mirroring, of course. So let's do that. So maybe 4 and then 4 again, like that. So this part is kind of done, and now we need to readjust the hip colors as well. So let's see. Okay, we can have another voxel here, and then I'm just gonna kind of fill this in. Oh, come on. What are you doing to me? Like that. And then maybe we can leave most of this stuff actually colored in. We should just try to maybe make it kind of split from there out. So maybe can do it 2 by 2, 2 by 2, into something like that. Let me see. Maybe this one can be 3, and then here it can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would have something like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then let's try to, well, I mean, it doesn't look too horrible actually. Let me check it out from this perspective. So I guess it could be made a little bit longer, but from the top it kind of looks nice. Only I think this transition could be a little bit different, so let's go here. Let's try to check it out from different rotations. Maybe we can split our screen, and then this can be like the top view of kind of what it looks like. So what we would like to have would be 2, 2, and then can I draw here? Actually, let me use the color tool. So this is 2, 3, 3, and then maybe something like, also that can be a little bit narrower. Let me undo that. Let's make it narrower by 2 voxels from each side. So we end up with something like that. And let's see if we can tame this beast. So 2, 2, 3, 3. Yeah, maybe we can make it work. Let me also undo that, and then maybe let's do it like that. Okay, and then let's try to figure it out here, how we wanna tie this all together. So something like that maybe, and then also this isn't a block, it needs to be a color, so let's do it like that. Okay, I think we can get rid of our, okay, we have gotten rid of it. And then maybe we can also wrap this downwards a little bit, so come on, like this, maybe another one. Yeah, I think this looks kind of nice. I don't know, I think I might want to change some stuff still. So let me see. Kind of, I mean, this line is like really long, so maybe I can try to do something about that, especially compared to these at the bottom. So let's see how we wanna fix that. Maybe we can lengthen this one as well, so now it looks a little bit better in my opinion. Yeah, I guess it kind of looks interesting. That's what we were going for after all. So there's that. Maybe we can save it just for the sake of it. And then for the tail, we can, let's find the tail. I guess we need to import the palettes again. And then we can make it a little bit thicker. I think that's something that this tail could use. So let's extend it upwards by a little bit, then maybe another voxel, and then let's do something similar with the correct tool, of course, here. And then I think we're gonna do that for the rest of the nodes as well. I'm just wondering why it looks like there's some kind of weird stuff going on. Oops, that's the wrong one. I mean, it kind of feels like this should be moved downwards a little bit, but yeah. So there's that. Let's go to the tail 2. Then let's load the new palette. Well, it's not really a new palette, but the other one that than what has been chosen already. And then maybe let's make these 2 voxels taller. Why is that there? Let's get rid of you. And then let's see. Maybe we can make that. Okay. And then we just have 2 more nodes to fix. So let's load the palette, the extended one. Then let's see how long this can be. So we can make it into something like that. It shouldn't really add too many new faces. And I think that's actually kind of, well, let's check it out. Yeah, you can see kind of a couple of extra layers that we have laid on top. So let's go to the tail 1 actually, and let's make it a little bit larger still, like at this center area. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe something like this, just so it kind of connects a little bit more nicely with the, like the bottom or whatever is going on right there. And then for this last part, so tail 4, I think we can just load a new palette, and then that's gonna be it for now. Because I don't really think we should make it any thicker. And then also a kind of this curve from the side, I think we could make it a little bit nicer also. I mean, there doesn't need to be just a straight line right there. So let's get to the hip. And then let's try to maybe extend this outwards by, can we count it? 2, 4, 6, 8? Something like that. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then maybe let's do it like that. And then we need to move on to the other part of the torso. So the thorax. Is that like torso T-Rex? And then let's make this a little bit lower. Is that all that needed to be done? I guess. Let's check it out. Huh. That actually helped quite a lot. And it wasn't like a large change. That's actually a pleasant surprise for once. And now I guess we can go ahead to thorax 2, and then we now kind of know how far this black part extends inwards at the bottom, so I think maybe let's use this voxel instead, like that. And then I think it can go even a little bit narrower, like that. Let me just check out some of the reference images real quick. Okay, so maybe could do it like that, I guess. Then let's get to the neck and kind of I'll try to extend that upwards still. Like that maybe, and then we would probably want to have some kind of a bow tie here. So maybe if we were to make the T-Rex green, we could use the red for the bow tie, just because it's like the opposite or the complementary color. So maybe we can just quickly try to draw one here. So maybe let's make it into a square. Then maybe this red looks a little bit better. Maybe we can try that one as well. Maybe something like this. I mean, these already feel a little bit too bright, to be honest. Of course, we can change the color later on, but yeah. Then can do something like this, perhaps. Yeah, this doesn't look good, at least not to me. So maybe we can do something like that, and then let's try doing something like that. And actually we could even make it like outdented a little bit, so, or dedented, is that the right way to negate the indented? So maybe actually we could go even one voxel further, like that. Haha! So now we have our T-Rex's bow tie. And I guess from here, let's see. Let's do something like that. Kind of how the tuxedo would kind of get narrower. I mean, so let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's fill that in. And then I guess it would have to come together like there. So let's do this as well. Let's see. And then also I guess from the outer side we have like a finite thickness, so maybe if we go to 6 voxels to be like the maximum, or the 4 voxels, so there definitely shouldn't be anything. 2, 3, 4. So if we go for 4 voxels, but to kind of make sense, I mean, it would need to be like halfway here, so maybe 5. I mean, we can make it go a little bit across, so, and also here is what we're gonna do. Something like that, maybe even like this. Kind of preferred it where it was a little bit more boxy. Maybe we can make it like 3 voxels. 1, 2, 3, right, okay. Cool, 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 cool. So now we need to kind of figure out like some buttons or something like that. And also kind of how it would like get I think it should be like closed at least halfway here, so let me just find is this the one that's next to the neck? Yeah, it is. So let's go here and let's try to, I think it should be closed at least until this point, and then from here on out maybe we can leave like 1, 2, 3, something like that. So that's gonna be our first opening, so to say, and then we can try making some kind of a curve so it looks like a cloth that's kind of dropping down from there. So let's try like that. Okay, and then we need to go to the node that's a little bit before it or after it, depends on what direction you're looking at it from. And here is the slightly annoying part, that it's offset by like a half a voxel, so I guess we can make it like that. So that's gonna be our 4 voxels here. And then let me see. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. Let's make this a little bit longer. Like that. And here we can add like that little rectangle so we can make it look a little bit more rounded. So I think this looks pretty nice right now. Okay, we have this curve here, and then when we look at it from the bottom, we have that curve right there. Although I think we could have done some more stuff right here, because if we're doing the indentations by 2 blocks, I think this spacing here is slightly too large, so maybe let's just end it up with something like that. Or actually, I'm not 100% sure. Let me just check it out right now what it looks like, and then I mean, it does look kind of nice. I think that's all right. Maybe we can just add a couple of buttons or something like that. So let's try to edit it here. Let's turn on the nice lines, and I think this kind of looks like a good color to have. So let's maybe add a button right there, so it's kind of 1 voxel, and I guess it doesn't, I mean, it's adding faces, but it's kind of nice that you can see it kind of from underneath. I don't know, I guess we could just draw it in, that's also an option. Something like that, and then I think we can go on the neck and draw one there as well. So there we have 1, and then let's go to our T-Rex's neck, And let's draw another one. So something like this. Or it could be even like at this breakout point. So let's try it like that. Haha. Maybe a little bit inward. So like that. Like that. Let me check it out right now. Apparently, okay. So right now I'm just thinking if we move this button a little bit upwards, we can maybe squeeze another one in. So let's just save everything just for the sake of good practices. And let's open this now. And I guess we can try to do something similar so we can see a little bit of the button right there. And then I guess it could be here as well. It's a little bit, oh, it could also be kind of cool if we were to make it like that. Although it does look a little bit weird, if you ask me. Let's see, maybe we can do it like this, and then let's do this button like that. I'm not sure about the distances here. So let's see, this one is like one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a little bit low. Let's make it 5 voxels in between, and then let's check out. Yeah, I think it looks pretty decent right now as it is. And maybe we can make like these like napkin pocket or something like that. I guess on the other side it would make most sense. I don't know if most of the tuxedos have them on the right, or I guess they're usually on the left, right? But yeah, perhaps T-Rexes are like their fashion is a bit different than ours. So again, there's kind of a dilemma on which part that should be drawn on. And also I think we need to have a darker color than 31, so I think that we have already decided that we want to go with the green base, so maybe we can change some purples into a little bit darker grays. So maybe this one is going to be 20, 20, 20 RGB. So let's see. Can maybe draw the pocket here. Maybe let's try to make it a little bit rounded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. And then the napkin can also be red like the bow tie, right? So let's see. Okay. Like that. I think this looks a little bit better. And also I think we can maybe like make it look like some stitching or something, just making a couple of these black dots here and there, or like really dark gray dots. Let's see. This one can be moved a little bit to the left, maybe something like that. But that looks more like side pocket actually, because it's pretty down low. So maybe it should be on the neck. Let me get rid of that. We could make like some pockets. I mean, not against that. And also, while we're at it, maybe we could make them actually at the middle. So, I'm sorry. Let's, I guess we can, annoying. So this is the odd width. So we will make it like so. So it's slightly offset to the right from this point of view. And then if we go to the neck part, I think it should be straight in the middle. So let's do it like that. Then let's erase this part. And then here we can, I guess, do this. So it's 14. So this is going to be 14, 14, 14. Then, okay, let's get rid of the mirrors. Something like that. And we can even pick the colors from here, so that's handy. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit too small. Like this. And let's see, okay, so it's pretty close to already intersecting with the rest there. So maybe you can do something like this, something like that. So it kind of looks like a pocket. Not too deep of a pocket, but a pocket nonetheless. And then we can also do like this darker line, kind of where the left and the right part intersect. So like that. And then let's see if we can. Which part is that? The 2, right? Okay. We already have this color here, so can make it, yeah, not like that. Definitely not like that. Okay, downwards, and then here, I guess all the way to the bottom. And also with the buttons, we can maybe do like some shading. So let's just add a slightly darker color on the kind of what would be perceived as the bottom side. And then also let's get to the neck, and let's do that there as well. So here we have that, and then we can also make this napkin a little bit brighter here towards the top. Like that, maybe we can even do just like that. Maybe it's like folded a little bit or something like that. So there we have that. And then also I guess we can extend this line to go all the way around the neck, just to kind of suggest some that this kind of neck part of the t-shirt is casting like a little bit of a shadow back onto the tuxedo. So here. Oh, and we weren't mirroring, so let's just quickly fill that in. So we have the shadow on both sides, and then underneath it's already fixed, so that's good. And then also for the bow tie we can make a little bit of a shadow, maybe even slightly darker, because this isn't really visible, like that. Cool. And then maybe we can start kind of picking the color that we want to use for the base skin. So most of them have like 5 shades. This one goes from like a really yellowish to a little bit darker. We also have these ones that are kind of a little bit more neon. I think I kind of like that one, so let me just try it out here, and then we can also maybe put it on the head and we'll see kind of what it looks like. So there we have that, and then let's go to the head. Then we also need to kind of figure out what we want to do underneath here, so we still need to do some modeling, I guess, so let's first do that perhaps. And then also there can be this part that's a little bit longer, so 2, 3, and then maybe let's do it into something like that. Then also let's get rid of that dark spot there. And I guess now we can try to fill in our green color. And also now we can maybe start thinking about some details. So maybe we can make the nostrils like here, and then also the eyes. I think one of them could have a monocle or something. Let me just check some of the reference images. Okay, one has a monocle, yeah, and the other ones have nothing. So I was looking at that one. Let me just show it up real quickly. Open image in new tab, and then, oh my gosh, that's a huge image. How do we, let me, okay, here's the monocle. I have no idea why it zoomed in that much, but apparently it has. So this one has like a monocle and then also some kind of a staff. So maybe we can add that as well. That might be interesting. So I think we can go with this kind of brass yellow for the monocle part. And well, let me just kind of get rid of the eyes. Because I haven't decided yet how large I want to make them. So let's see, 4, and this is getting mirrored, so I think I'm gonna have to get rid of it on the other side. Maybe like this. I don't really like that one. Nope. Another nope. So maybe let's get rid of it on this side. And then here, I guess what we can also do would be to just add some of the chain. So these are gonna be like the brighter parts, and then we can add the darker parts in between, maybe even more dark. Haha, like that. Or we could do these like that. That could also be an option. Actually, before we do any of that, I think we can even make it look a little bit more 3D. So let me just do some shading there, like that. And then now it might make sense to do it like that. And it's also a little bit long, so let's maybe make it slightly shorter. And I'm also not sure, I think I would prefer to move it a little bit to the right, because right now it kind of looks like a letter P. Yeah, that's that's all that is to it. So I think it should look like a monocle, not like a letter. So like that. And then we can turn on the mirroring back. And now, so this is, it looks so tiny on that side. So this would be kind of the most obvious. We could even do it like this. And then maybe if we were to do some kind of a white outline. That definitely does look interesting. Also on the other side. But the monocle might be a little bit too large, so maybe it should be just 3 by 3 in size. So we'll see about that. And then maybe we could make, maybe we could move everything a little bit to the back. So like this, like that. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. So let's do it like that. Okay, now we are mirroring a little bit too much, so we don't want to have that on this side. And then I guess we can do some like eyebrows or something like that. So let's see how we want to do that. So just some kind of an indented part. Let me check some of the references. So maybe we can actually start by making it symmetric, like this. And then I think we can make it to something more, a little bit more squeezed, and then maybe like extended a little bit to the back or something like that. So I think that's pretty good on that side. And then here I think we're gonna have to draw some shadows that the monocle is casting. Then maybe let's do something like that. Hopefully that's fine. And then maybe we can do even the darkest one, so like some kind of a eyebrow actually, or something like that. So let's do that for the start, and then we'll see, we can change it later on, like that. Then also let's do some details. Oops, that's the wrong color. Let's do some of the this darker green around the nostrils. Although, I mean, we can do it all the way around because I kind of don't want them to show from the front. And this voxel has a side that's rotated that way. So I guess one option would be to make just this one voxel taller, so that kind of fixes our issue there. Okay. Uh, although I don't know, do they have like that big of a hole there? It's not that visible, so I think we are overkilling it a little bit. Oh no. So like that. And then for the teeth, I mean, they are kind of face intensive. Maybe we can save a little bit of it if we do it like that. And then also, I mean, we can do them gray, or we could do them like some kind of a bright brown. Let me try that as well. So I think I kind of like this one. And then we could even do some details here. So maybe this part is like a little bit of a shadow being cast on it or something like that. So let's save that. Although, yeah, I don't think we really need that kind of detail, because it does look a little bit weird, to be honest. So let's make him have nice bright brown teeth. And then I'm just thinking maybe we could make the, let's go to the head, let's make some nice lines, and then I think we can make this part around the eyes also a little bit larger, so maybe let's do it to something like that, just so it kind of emphasizes the eyes. So one option would be like this. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, could do like that as well. Might look even better even, and I think I would like to move everything slightly backwards, so it's kind of centered underneath that part. So let me just save, because this stuff tends to crash Vox Edit sometimes. And then let's do, oh, before we do that, let's move this one backwards as well, because we are mirroring like that. And I guess we can do the fill now, and yeah, everything is looking dandy. So I guess it still looks pretty nice with the eyes moved backwards. And then let's also color in the mouth. So there we have that. And then we could even draw the tongue in. So let's see what would be like a good, we could go with some kind of a pinkish color, and we'll see what it kind of turns out. And I guess here it isn't really that big of a problem that it's like that. Maybe we can just do it for this part, because here it's connected to the green plate, and then it doesn't really add new faces. Okay, and then I guess we can make the inner part of the mouth a little bit darker, like that. And then let's try to draw our tongue. So I haven't drawn a dinosaur tongue in a while. I doubt I have done that like ever. So maybe it can be something like that. We don't really have like too much room for details here. Let's see what it looks like. So yeah, you can see it through the teeth. Let's see the it animation. try to find another one. Well, you do have to look through the teeth, right, to see it. And also I think we might wanna offset the teeth a little bit, because if you look at it from the side, they kind of tie in together nicely, but if you look at them from the front, they kind of they're kind of at the same location, so it doesn't look as nice as it could. So let's fill that in, and then let's move these two to the right like that. Let's see what we got now. And then also maybe let's make them just, or at least let's make this tooth a little bit taller like that, and maybe this one as well. Or maybe we can fix that from the top side, right? So okay, that looks about good. And then let's go to the head, and then let's try to maybe make this one slightly wider. Then maybe these two can connect together, just so it has a little bit more teeth than usual. Okay, so it looks a little bit more dangerous or something. And then also I think we can do something similar on the top side, that we just make this inner part of the mouth darker, maybe even the darkest green, just to kind of emphasize the depth like that. And then maybe let's do something like this as well. So let's go backwards, let's save, and then let's do something similar for the bottom part of the jaw. So let's select our darkest green here and apply it, so can have something like that. And then I guess we can also like make some skin details for it, so maybe some differently colored squares or rectangles. So maybe we can start doing that on the neck, and we'll see how that goes. So let's go on to the neck, and then here maybe we can even experiment with some different greens. So we could do something like that. This one is a little bit more bluish. We could use some of these. I kind of like these, to be honest. It's a pretty nice palette. I mean, these might be a little bit too yellowish, but the bottom three look kind of nice, especially this one. So I guess we can kind of keep it symmetric. So or not. That didn't take too long. That didn't take too long to decide. And then maybe here we can make one. Oh, we're still mirroring. Oops. Something like that. And then here can be like a smaller one that's a little bit darker. And maybe, I mean, this one is quite dark actually. Let's use this one instead. And it can be like it's getting from underneath the white part of the shirt. And I'm also not sure why this isn't, why this line isn't on the other side as well. So let me turn on the mirroring. And I think it should work like that, right? Okay, we have it now. I thought we had it before, but apparently we didn't, so But now we do, so that's that's also pretty good. And then I think we can even make an outline here, so it's casting some shadow on the skin as well. And here we can't really mirror anymore because we have different details on the sides, so we need to do it manually. Like this, like that, and then let's drag it upwards, and then yeah, we have basically done what we had to do. And then maybe we can even extend this shadow by drawing it onto these parts as well, where it intersects with them. So here, and then maybe we can make them a little bit more interesting to look at as well. Something like that. And then maybe there can be another detail like here, because why not? So, and I mean these on the two-faced voxels that are kind of here at the edge are kind of the most powerful to be colored, because you can see them from the side, and then they look a little bit larger actually, because you see two sides of it, not just one. Okay, so we have a couple of details here on the neck, and then we can start doing some details on the head as well. So let's turn on the nice lines, and let's try to figure out where we would want to put these. And then let's see, okay, so maybe this can be made well, that's interesting. What if we were to use some kind of a gray? Yeah, I guess we have to go with this one. Maybe we can do it like that. Yeah, that does look kind of good. Or what would happen if we were to do it like this? I think I actually prefer that one. So maybe let's do it like this. And then let's try to squeeze in some squares and rectangles here. So maybe like this. Where could we put another one? Here maybe. Then one more there. Then maybe just one more here at the forehead. So that's one color. And then maybe let's do some details in another color as well. So something like that maybe. There's one. Maybe we can do it like this. Then like a little square there. I don't think we want to do some. We want to use the anti-aliasing here. Doesn't really accomplish much. But we can make some more shapes. So let's see. Here we have it, there we have a couple of them. Maybe, I think that one is too dark to be honest. But maybe we could do it with this one as well. Not too sure, but we're gonna end up with something, definitely. So let's see. Then maybe there can be like some smaller details going on, and then maybe we can do another one here at the front. And I'm just kind of trying to make them symmetric, just so it kind of, I mean, it shouldn't be like overweight on one or on the other side, so that's kind of what I'm trying to balance here. And maybe another detail there. And I'm just hoping I didn't go too crazy with the details on the head compared with the neck, which I kind of have. So, and also I think this bluish green doesn't look that good. So maybe let's get rid of those, or well, let's get rid of those first, and we'll see what we're left up with. So maybe we can get rid of that as well. Just gonna smash a couple of details just so they can be placed on some other places. So let's see. Let's maybe do it from the other side here, actually, like that. And then this can be placed maybe here. Then we can have like a little detail here on the head. Let's make this a little bit larger. And let's move this forwards a little bit, just so it isn't too aligned with this part here, like that. Cool, so I think now it looks a little bit better because it isn't too crowded. Let's save. And then maybe we can do a couple more details here on the neck as well. Or maybe we can just make them a little bit larger. That's also an option. Something like that. And I don't think we have used this color there actually on the head. So like this. And then maybe let's do a couple of squares here as well. Maybe we can use this one because it isn't really used on the head, so we don't get too much of like too many similar colors or something like that. Then we can do like this, and then maybe another square down there. Then I think we should be kind of satisfied with what we got. Okay, let's see. So that's pretty good, and I think I would like to use the brighter green on the head also, so this one. So let's maybe just recolor a couple of patches here and there. So maybe this one, that one. Maybe we can do it here, and then maybe here as well. That this one. Yeah, I think let's try to make this one a little bit bigger. Okay, okay. I think this looks pretty fine. We can do like something like that. Okay. Sure. Why not? Why not? So maybe we can do a little bit more with the eyes, although I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps let's take a moment and see what can be done here. So Maybe we can do a little bit more with the eyebrow. So something like that can look a little bit more menacing, but then we could do even some anti-aliasing. This looks kind of interesting. Let me play around with it a little bit more. So perhaps something like that. Although I think it would look better if we were to do it like this. Nope. Yeah, I think I kind of like it this way, so let's just mirror it onto the other side. And here we can see what this looks like. I mean, it's kind of connected to it, but hopefully from far away it doesn't become too apparent. And even we could do it like that. That's also possible. So maybe have a little bit of a transition there. That's also interesting. And for the eyes, if we were to use like a darkest, like even darker color, it might help a little bit. Sure, I think this looks kind of good. Maybe we can return back to it later on if we decide we want to change it even further. Maybe we can make it slightly shorter. I mean, this does seem to be a little bit overextended, so let's get back to our head. And also I think it should be like this, and then maybe something like that. Yeah, no. Oops, that's the wrong color. Can try doing something like that, and then sure, let's go ahead with that. Okay, yeah, okay. Cool. So, and also this color does look kind of dark compared to the brighter shade, but I think that's gonna be more or less for today. We have started modeling our T-Rex a little bit. We have also drawn some stuff onto it, so you can kind of see what's going on a little bit, or what it's supposed to be. And I think that's gonna be where I finish the stream for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and hopefully we see each other some next time. And until then, I wish you all happy life, and bye bye.